Okay, so the question is, how do I make the rest of this table with this function? And the answer is, you need to take the x values that are here and plug them directly into the function, and then look at the results, and that goes here. So these are my x values, and I'm going to plug them into g of x. So g of x is equal to the cubed root of x minus 9. Okay, and the first x value is 9, so I'm going to plug that in. G of 9 is equal to the cubed root of 9 minus 9, which is actually just the cubed root of 0. So now that I've got a simplified cubed root, I have to answer the question, is 0 a perfect cube? In other words, is there some number times itself 3 times that will multiply to be 0? And the answer is yes, because 0 times 0 times 0 equals 0, and that is the same number 3 times as 0, so the cubed root of 0 is just 0. Okay, so let's keep going. The next one is 10. So I am going to do g of 10, and that is the cubed root of 10 minus 9, which is really just the cubed root of 1. And now I've got to ask myself again, is there some number that I can multiply 3 times to give me 1? And the answer is yes. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So 1 and 0 so far have been perfect cubes, which lets me reduce it completely. So I can type in 0 and I can type in 1. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's do 8. And I'm going to grab my pen tool again. I have g of 8. And that equals the cubed root of 8 minus 9. And that gives me the cubed root of negative 1. And usually we would say a negative inside a root is a bad thing, but this is a cubed root, which means I'm multiplying an odd amount of numbers together. And if you remember from algebra, an even amount of negatives will give me a positive number, and an odd amount of negatives will give me a negative number. So it is possible to get a negative number inside an odd square root. So the question is there some number that I can multiply 3 times to give me negative 1? And the answer is yes. That number is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 1, that's positive 1, times times another negative 1, that is negative 1. So the cubed root of negative 1 is negative 1. So keep going with these. The next one would be 17, so let's try 17. G of 17. That's equal to the cubed root of 17 minus 9. 17 minus 9 is the cubed root of 8. And now I'm back to that same question. Is there some number that I can multiply 3 times to give me 8? And let's say that I don't know how to start this one. What I can do is prime factorize 8 and see if it winds up giving me 3 of the same number. So 8 is really 4 times 2, and 4 is really 2 times 2. And there I have 3 of the same numbers, 2, 2, and 2. So the cubed root of 8 is really, the cubed root of 8 is really just 2. All right, I hope that helps, because this is as long as I can make the video. I'm out of time.